What's up everybody, Afflicted Gamer here, and welcome back to the Division 2. So I finally did the Theo Parnell mission as I met up with two randoms, and I'm showing you the duck locations in the very first area, along with something that I want to give you guys a little heads up about. One is that you don't need to do the master difficulty to shoot all of the ducks and collect the secret mask. Now, first, I got to give a huge shout out and thank you to my two teammates, especially Supreme Kinetic, who was showing us all of the locations of the ducks, which you could see me shooting in the background right now. This is just, again, the first area. And these things are very well hidden. And Ace, because he let me shoot all the ducks, because at the time, we didn't know that if two people were to shoot the ducks, would that mess up getting the mask at the end? Good news for all of you that haven't collected it yet. You can do this mission on... We were doing this on challenging just as an experiment. And you do need to know some of the mechanics. They are similar to the master version, which we completed later and got the provocator chest piece. That's what you won't get. But you will get the ducks in this first and all of the rest of the locations. This one was on the desk right there that I just shot as we're moving into the building. And at the end, fight the hunter, and then the mask will drop. And all of the team will get it. So keep that in mind. Secondly, regarding the ducks, make sure that you collect all three on each floor before proceeding to the next floor, as you cannot backtrack to get these things. So the last one is very well hidden, and like I said, here's one here in the bushes. I recommend you put a flashlight on your sidearm, because some of the locations are extremely dark and these ducks are so easy to miss. So keep a flashlight on your sidearm, at least one of you, when you're planning on looking for the ducks. And again, just to be safe, let one person shoot all of the ducks. That will guarantee that you guys get all of them. So I am leaving in where we are wandering around a little bit. As you can see, the next objective is up the escalator, but we are about to get our third duck on this level, who is hiding. Like, look at that, hiding beside a little chair, beside something else. It's so dark you can barely see these things. So again, a huge shout out and thank you to the team. And then there's another one somewhere on a ledge, which we'll cut to pretty soon. But let's keep going. After I was scanning some of the shelves inside the building, Ace found the last duck in this area. And check this out. Look at where this little guy is. So he says, look over on the ledge. And he's right above the shelf. Now I'm about to equip a weapon with a scope so you can see it very clearly. We'll put on... Yeah, there we go. That's where the duck is hiding. Unbelievably hidden. Like, this was crazy. Oh man, Ubisoft did a great job with hiding these little buggers, and when you shoot them they quack, which is just a funny little gimmick. Now you can proceed to the next level, pick up any loot that you may have dropped, and we keep going because there are so many ducks in this mission. I think he said there was 24. Well, we're gonna see as we go. I actually can't remember because I'm making this just after we completed the mission. So a couple little things there. You have to shoot the power box so that the door will open. I like that this mission didn't play like normal, I guess you could say. But here, before we go outside, is the next duck in between the two servers on the ground. Yep. There we go. I take a quick little moment to pause at each duck so people can really see where they are. So now we get to head outside. After talking to Theo, we will clear the enemies and then I will take you to each of the duck locations. This video took an insane amount of time to cut and paste together all of the specific duck locations without adding in the whole mission and watching you instead of letting you watch us shoot everybody and fight through our way to each location of the duck. So kindly drop a like on it, please and thank you. This really did take a lot of time and effort on my part, and again, I can't thank the team enough, which I know I've done multiple times already, but they were a tremendous help in getting the ducks, the secret mask, and of course we ran it again to get the exotic chess piece, the provocator, which I'm going to use and do a review on. Now I know you've probably seen a lot of this already, but this is my first take on it, and on the off chance some of you didn't know that you could do this without having to be on master difficulty, even if you just want to collect a mask, because you are a collector in the game, and I thought this was still worth the time and effort putting the video together and showing all of you, despite that there's already guides out there. Alright, I'm going to stop talking until we get to the next duck. Alright, here are the last two ducks. When you go to the A location, if you look up, right beside the nest, there is a duck. And then from there, we're going to go just up to the door. Don't open the door and go in. First, you want to go up to where the letter C is, which you're going to see in just a second here. Just showing you where we are outside. You're going to go up this ramp and then turn around. See, there's the letter C, and look across and you'll see another nest on the ledge, and that's where the third duck is outside. From here, we do go into the building, and there is a duck right away, so I'm just going to let the footage play, and let's go inside. This next one is kind of where, if you found the little space monkey trophy, relatively in the same area, but still, I think that these are all worth showing due to where they are. So you can see that now we're downstairs. And we're going to head into this room right in front of us in just a second here. Supreme was explaining what's next and where the duck is. So upon entering, he is actually on one of these little tables here. Actually, down below in the wiring. But still, yeah, he's on the table. So there is the first duck downstairs. Then you can move on forwards into the main room, which is flooded. This was super cool, actually. And then, yeah, numbers will appear on the screen here if you haven't done the mission. But I'm going to skip all this and cut to the next two ducks. So the first of the two is on the first room on the right hand side upon entering this main area. Come on down the steps, pull out your flashlight, and then aim at this tiny little box on this pile of junk. Just trying to get an angle for you all here so that you can see the duck. There he is. Whack. Shoot him. From there, just follow my path. I took a moment to start shooting, and we're going to follow Supreme towards the last duck in this area before we make our way to the boss area. I took a little longer to shoot there. Okay, so it's actually a straight shot from the room that you were just in. Supreme and I passed each other once here as I was looking for him, and then he came out of the room and looked for me. But if you vault over this little ledge here, head towards the lockers. It is the third one from the very end. Again, flashlight comes out with the sidearm just so that you can see him hiding in there. And there is the last duck in this area. And now we go on to the boss room. Now, since we made it this far and it was a bit of an experiment, I kind of didn't take my own advice that I gave at the beginning, which was to clear out all of the enemies first. So I said, let's just play it safe and get the last 3 ducks to ensure that I have shot them all. So we're on the bottom floor. If you just follow me, I'm headed towards Supreme. And we're going to go and shoot all of the ducks. Here is the first one. I had a hard time seeing him. And then we got attacked. But he's actually right here on this, I don't know what this is. Little supply rack, I guess. There's number 1. Then we're going to head on to the steps. This is where you first come into the mission. The second one is on this yellow crane. Sorry, is the spots that these things are in is wild. And then the last one we're coming up to right now is on this little cart. Okay, now to ensure that you got the mask and whatnot, when the mission ends, after you hear the word glasses, you'll go into this area, which if you shoot the hyena pouches, you get that dazed green effect. We're going to cut to that right now, and you'll see. Moving on forward, as you normally would when you complete a mission, you'll see your little countdown timer. If this is your first time completing it, you will get an arm patch as well. Open the door. Make sure your team gets in these little airlocks at the same time, as they can be a little bit glitchy and a little finicky. And then we're going to proceed forward into the area that I was referring to. Here's the green hyena mist that disorients your character and you don't have full control over him or her. Proceed up the steps. There is one more small little walkway with this green mist. There's the exit. You can open the gate if you want to, but you need to stay in this area. There's one last duck to shoot, and then there is a surprise after that, which I was very happy with. If you know me, you already know I love hunters. So he said, look at the table, but this is where he was aiming at first. So I was like, what table? Oh, the one right in front of my face. Yes, I'm blind. After shooting the duck, the lights will go out and a hunter will appear. On challenging, we absolutely destroyed him. It was of no challenge at all. Then from there, go ahead and pick up your brand new secret duck mask. Head on into your apparel. Scroll on down to the green section, and that's where you will find it. So there you have it, agents. That's how you can get the duck mask without having to do this on master difficulty. For those of you that find it too much of a challenge, because it is quite a challenge, I will say, because we did it right after this and got the exotic provocator chest piece. That's the only thing that you won't get. So if you enjoyed the video, kindly drop a like on it, especially for the algorithm, and due to all of the time and effort it took to piece this together, shout out and thank you to the team once again for everything that they did. Other than that, I hope that you will continue to subscribe for more Division 2 content. Battle for Brooklyn is right around the corner. You can follow me over on Twitter at AfflictedGamer. A link for that will be down in the description, and I will see you all, agents, in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.